everyone, and welcome to another stream. Hi there, how are you all doing? Hi. Hi Daptak, hi Timon, hi Ninja, hi Melissa, hi. Make it over teasing of delayed entry. Today, I need an extra minute to set up everything properly, to rather get comfortable. Get comfortable, get nice. Get everything together, because today, you see, we'll be doing something pretty normal, pretty usual. We will be doing a practical stream. Yeah, actually, I can move Jesse out of the way. So hi there, everyone. How are you doing? This is me. Hi. I finally have a camera which doesn't actually suck. And look at the quality of this. This is ridiculous. I've never done a practical live stream with this high of a quality. It always sucked. So hi there everyone, how are you doing for this day? Yeah, today we'll be doing the first practical stream. Oh, hopefully. Honestly, Jesse is a bit thick and I don't have any other place to put them. Because my desk kind of runs out of the room, more to the left. Jesse, listen, hear me out. You might need to go a bit more this way. There we go. I hope that's... Okay, you've got space. Good. So I guess this is our workplace. That's all we have. I can see the dirt on the keyboard. Yeah, it is dirty. I should just switch it up to a new one. We love 1080p. I'm presenting 2K actually. This is professional. So with that, Mickey is moving like a normal human being, and then we need Akku with 2 stages. What do you mean? No, I only actually in real life I also only have 2 stages of movement. It's just that these aren't actually my actual hands. I just got an intern to do it for me today, because we actually, here's the thing. Yes, from now on I would like to start doing fun practical stuff. The only pickle is I don't know what we're gonna do yet. So here's my idea, right? I've got a couple of boxes that look like this. That's what they look like. Can you hear me well, by the way? I truly hope so. That's what they look like, and they're just from a bunch of different companies. The companies themselves don't matter, because they are just from different purchases I made over the years. What does actually matter is that on the inside, this is what they look like. There is a shit ton of stuff. Random electrical, mechanical, electronic components, which I have just gathered over the years. And so today I thought, oh, why am I taking the box actually? Hold on. And today I thought we can just go over these. Can you decrease the make it overlay size? I'm sure. There we go. I'm smaller now. There is nothing here. It's table. It's more table. I haven't even filled it in yet. Although I suppose I should switch up the make it. I'll probably go somewhere else. There. Tiny make it. Feels weird. Be streaming the new setup. Okay. No product reviews for free. You are an influencer. These aren't product. I have most of the. Look at this. It's a wheel. Most of these. Look at this. These are cheap. These are chips. These. I don't think you can see because it's really dark in my office. Electricity is expensive. Okay. These are chips. I have no idea what kind of chips these are. Like, they're absolutely tiny. No idea what this is. I can't do a product review because I don't fucking know what most of these things will be. So today we'll just try to figure out what we're gonna build with all of this. Because we have stuff, clearly. I finally got a 3D printer, which means that even if we don't have some kind of mechanical components, we can just make some. Bamboo A1, I have the mini version. I haven't tested it yet. I have no idea what I'm gonna do with it. I haven't seen this computer's wallpaper. What do you mean? if you want to piss lightning, you need to fuck the storm. You know what? Words to live by. Or maybe I could rotate the Jesse. Maybe I could rotate Jesse 90 degrees, actually. And then... Hold on, give me a second. Oh, it's really nice. I can actually stand up and you'll be able to see what I'm doing for the first time ever. I can try rotating Jesse like this. Move this off. There we go. Jesse should be fine with it, even though there's a wall there. But this plate has to go back. I can move the lamp, or remove it actually. Set it to be dim. There we go. Then I can take the camera. I can set it up more at an angle. Sweet, lovely. And this should give us more space. Although it is dark, it is, you know what, screw it. Oh, whatever. Just for you, you're welcome. I'll actually turn on some lights. You're welcome, just for you. Better appreciated. All the electricity costs are ridiculous. And there we have it. Ladies and gentlemen, we've arrived. You no longer can see Jesse, which, I mean, you know, can't have hot dogs without the buns. Very dumb saying. But now, we do have a little bit more flatter, a little bit more room, don't we? Just buy those off-grid batteries. Bye, Rain, bye, have a good one. We have these streams always at night because electricity is cheaper. I should be having them during the day, actually. Now that you mention it, I wouldn't need to light all this up. Fuck, that's a good point. I think the vid quality got better. I'm pretty sure it should get better because that's how cameras work. Anyway, so let's begin. I don't have a plan for this live stream. I'm not. If any of y'all want to give me an idea for what I should do with these electronics, just let me know, okay? Because I mean, or steal Tesla. That's tempting. I might consider. Don't drop out and become a YouTuber. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend. Trust me, it's not as fun as it looks. Okay, screws. That's convenient, certainly. I haven't unpacked them in a really long time, so this. Oh yeah, random resistors, of course, are always needed for stuff. Okay, this is a pretty good one. Well, first, I'm gonna get everything else the way. Random bearings, because of course, you know, you need to get your bearings in order to do stuff in life. An ESP32, which I'm pretty certain is fried because I had 3 of them. One of them is fried for a fact. The other one I'm pretty certain is fried. The third one I don't quite know. Random wheels, because of course you need the wheels. It could be actually a fun challenge for me to build stuff with everything I take out, but I mean, I don't have the skill level for it yet, so you know. Maybe I should make a Tesla coil. You know, I was about to say that I don't think I have enough stuff to make a Tesla coil, but actually that's a maybe. I know, we'll see. Yes, this is a random paper bag with screws that has resistors on the inside, because of course my organizing. Oh, this is a really fun one. This thing, as you can see, is attracting a bunch of screws. This is a DC motor. However, it's a really big boy, and I need to take all of these parts away from it because I don't want them to get stuck in the inside. But it's a really powerful boy. These are the DC motors that are usually used in like tools, electric tools. So this is a really powerful one, and we could do something actually fun. I love this type of autism. I agree. As an enjoyer, I agree. Have that exact motor? You might actually. It's pretty popular. Random 6x6. That's 8x8 LED screen, because of course. Random custom PCB. I mean, not custom, only the opposite of custom. Some more bearings, because I needed to get my bearings. You're welcome for the buns. 2 of them in the project you're working on. What project? Do say, do tell. There's a hole at the bottom, at the right bottom of my screen. I don't want you to see. I am sitting completely naked right now, so you know I don't want YouTube to demonetize or something. Oh, this is fun. This right here is a 4x4. This is a 4x4 kind of, you know, buttons thing, pad, whatever you want to call it. But what's actually fun about it is that right here, if you can see, this is completely burned, and I am. It's a typical burn, you know, typical temperature kind of burn, and 70% certain that it's a chemical acid burn. So that's because on the edges it's kind of coming off. So it could be either a normal burn or it could be an acid burn. Which I don't know. I don't remember. It's been a while back. Okay, and these are fun. This is basically okay. Here's the thing. For this, I would need to teach you all a tad bit of electronics. This is a MOSFET. That's what a MOSFET looks like. They can look different ways, but what matters is that this is a MOSFET. Metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor. If you're a nerd or for some reason can't get the full name out of your head, metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor. I did research on it for a video once. I didn't even finish the video, and it's still stuck with me for some goddamn reason. However, basically the way MOSFET works is that you have 3 pins at the bottom. If I don't remember their names, but what I do know is that you have one of them for the input, one of them for the output, and you have the third one, the middle one, as a kind of control pin. And basically, because of some electrochemistry on the inside, I will explain it in one of my videos, the field of the third pin, once you apply a field on it, then this kind of allows the doped semiconductors on the inside to change their electron distribution, let's call it, and then that allows the flow of electricity. It's fun. It's fun, it's good, it's nice, and it's neat because what it basically lets you to do is allows you to control a larger source of electricity with a smaller source of electricity, which is especially convenient if you want to, for example, drive a motor like this. This needs a lot of current, right? But if you want to drive it with an ESP, then that ESP cannot provide that current. So what you do instead, you take the ESP, you pop in the MOSFET, and you control the flow of electricity going through the motor with a MOSFET using the ESP. That's how it works. I will explain in one of my videos. I know, I'm behind on videos, I'm fully aware. But listen, right now is the perfect time to get into electrical engineering videos, so I have an excuse to make them. So basically, these are MOSFETs, and they are fun. However, there's a problem. It's connecting while I'm explaining the problem. Thank you. There is a problem with them, however. The problem they have is that they are garbage. It's awful. I would not recommend working with MOSFETs simply because they are bloody awful. It took me genuine weeks to get a certain simple circuit of MOSFETs to work, and even then it was failing because they're bloody awful. They are a very, very basic electronic part, and because of that you can't oversimplify that as well. And at some point I got so pissed with them that I bought this, which works the same way, except it has 2 MOSFETs and it's a bit more engineered. Let me just unpack this actually. Let me unpack this and show you. Basically, it's a bit more engineered, and it works on the same idea. You have flow of electricity from one thing to control a larger flow of electricity from the other thing. And it's basically like a MOSFET, except way more convenient, way more foolproof, and way, well, not simpler isn't right, or simpler in usage, more complex in its design. It's great. The thing is, I got so upset working with MOSFETs that what I did is I actually bought a bunch of these to make sure that, you know, if I ever need some, they're going to be available. And so they came like months ago. The delivery took such a long time. They arrived after I already finished the circuit with MOSFETs, so I didn't use them. I mean, obviously I bought so many not because I wanted to use them, only because, oh yeah, another bearing, because, you know, I need to get my bearings. Is it weird that this live should move with nostalgia? Because I've done the Let's Unpack on my random electric style thing with several friends. It was them going on autistic AG around and me admiring them. Well, this is my version, Timon, of me unpacking my electric stuff with my friends. This is the make it version. Non-Timon. This thing, right. This actually would be quite convenient. It has... Yeah, there is the V in, V out. There is 2 V ins and 2 V outs. I don't quite know why. I don't know quite why there's 2 V ins and 2 V outs. We might do something actually with these 3 right here. With the ESP, this one, I don't remember what it's called. Greetings from Germany, loving content right now. Oh, I'm glad you like it, Jacob. No way, but Make It voice makes me sleepy. Too call me, I guess. I'm just boring. I talk about random nerd bullshit, so you know. That's it. Actually, that's it for this box. That's all we have in this box. All we have in this box is just these. I am gonna keep these on the table because I would like to... Well, this I might just move somewhere else. I have a 3rd box. I'm only gonna pick up 2 boxes today. There's some of the stuff I want to do. Oh my goodness. A lot of garbage in that box. Actually, we could do 3 boxes. So, fucking hell, this one is a bit of a mess. You can't see it because it's a bit larger, but this one is a bit of a mess. Simply because the first thing on the inside is this, which, my goodness, now that I have a 3D printer, I will not have to do it with fucking tape. I'll be able to just 3D print parts and do it properly. But there is a lot of stuff in here. Remember the circuit? Beaver electrons are them running around. Friends were obsessed with them. Remember the circuit I mentioned, which was like made with MOSFETs that wasn't working? That's the circuit. This is what it looks like. There are the 6 MOSFETs on top. And the reason why it wasn't working is because there are so many points of failure in this that it's actually, I've remade it so many times. Well, not remade it, only remade it, all the different parts. Someone replaced the input and output with copper, both, because it was just so awful. I'm really proud of the resistor job I did right here. You can see these are all resistors. They're all completely disconnected beforehand, connected afterwards, which that was a proper good job. And yeah, next time I will not be doing this with MOSFETs because absolutely not. Ew. No, we're gonna do it with the whatever the other parts were. Oh my goodness, holy crap. Nostalgic stream today. That's because this is the power supply that I used to electrocute myself with. It looks safe, doesn't it? It looks safe. It looks extremely safe. I don't know how I managed to electrocute myself with it. By the way, if you plug it in, if you touch it anywhere on this PC board that's like shiny, you will electrocute yourself. But, you know. Is the timing in chart the same as timing with blue profile picture next to make it? Yes, that is the same timing. Yes. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna skip over the boring stuff. We're just gonna take out the interesting ones. I'm gonna skip over the boring stuff that I just did in my past videos. Oh fuck yeah! I knew I was looking for this. Aha. That's a water pump, which will be convenient for one of the projects I have in mind. What else is in this box? Hold on. Oh, there's so many things. Okay. An ESP32 as well as a distance detector, I guess kind of useful. This is a massive electromagnet and I don't want it to ruin any other things, so keep it a bit further away. Right, I see. A bunch of wheels. I don't know why five. Why no odd number of wheels doesn't make sense. I think this should be even. Oh, I was correct-ish. There's an additional 2, so now it's 7. That's still an odd number of wheels. Absolutely no idea why it's an odd number. That should be an even number. Who needs an odd number of wheels? Sociopaths need odd number of wheels. This one, which is, if I'm not mistaken, ESC. Which would be especially convenient in combination with oh shucks, this, even though it already has an ESC. Oh, so this is basically another type of motor. This one is a bit stronger-ish. It's a long story. 7 is an odd number of wheels. It is an odd number of wheels to have because of it being old. And then another ESP32. One of these 2 is bent. I don't remember which one. Hold on, you can't see it. One of these 2. One of these 2 is bent. Don't remember which one. No idea. Don't care. What else? Oh, you won't believe it. Even more motors, because of course you need more motors. You need all the moving parts. And then afterwards, this is going to come as a shock, but another motor, because of course you never have enough motors in your life. You always could use more. A joystick, because why the heck not? And the rest is just random garbage. Like it's a button, convenient. I don't know. And the rest is just garbage. Or a big boy button. This is gonna be cool. I don't know, useful for something. You always need a big boy button. If you're building something without the big boy button, you're building it wrong. You know how good batteries are to eat. I think they're carbonated or so bubbly. I love eating batteries. Oh no, I'm more of a green kind of guy, so I just always return it to nature. Throw it in the ocean, you know. Mostly car batteries. And there is one more box, and as far as I'm aware, this box will be the most random one, because this is the box that I did not in fact buy for any specific video, only I have bought it for the sole reason of me doing retail therapy. So it might be, first of all, this is the first thing in that box. This is just like fucking I bought it from an electronics shop, by the way. Like, they sold this. They sold this to me. It was part of the things they were selling. You know what? Yeah, sure, why not? I have 4 wheels in the bag now, just in case I need them. That's such a massive... Oh, there are so many things. Okay, so, hear me out now. Hear me out. There's a lot of things to unpack here. Pun intended, I guess. I'm using literally. Whatever. These cables are extremely useful. This is an empty piece of plastic, which I mean, yeah, that's great. That's convenient. Into the... I don't have a garbage box. Oh no. I don't have a garbage box. I could really use a garbage box. They sold a bag. Yeah, they sold me a fucking bag. And this kind of bag. Not like a... this bag. Look at this bag. It's so... It looks like something you would buy at a... I don't know, Wizard... International Annual Wizard Convention. For collecting herbs and spices. They just sold it. It was there. Of course I bought it. I was doing retail therapy. That's my excuse. Electric shop. I don't get it. Doesn't make sense. Oh, there's an extra wheel here. What was this wheel doing in the other box? You know what? I don't care. What else do I have? Give me some good. Give me some good stuff. Another water pump. Oh, I think this is actually... I think this is an air pump. Ah, whatever. It's one of them. All of them are just different kinds of DC motors, honestly. Oh, what is this? This looks weird. Oh, this is just for me when I do surgery, like, you know, legal surgery. I mean, I don't do surgery, of course. That's what I meant to say. I don't have a garbage box. Aren't all of your boxes garbage boxes? Yes, but I need the garbage box because these are the electronic garbage box. Everyone, you won't believe this. It's another motor. Oh my, finally. Finally, we have 4 of them. That's good. Well, 4 of the little ones. There's more. And the servo, of course, you need a servo. Everyone needs a servo. More cables, whatever. Yeah. A lot of cards. Micro SD cards, because I mean, convenient. Another motor, because why not? Okay, there we go. That's it, empty. There's one more bag. One more bag in here, which has a lot of different looking goodies I might enjoy. Random plastic box, because of course I was doing retail therapy. I was going through a tough time, okay? Just kidney removal. Well, twice actually. If you sign up for a kidney removal, the second one is halfway off. A brushless fan, because why not? I bought a lot of random garbage. I do have to say, this is... what's this? Oh, this might be fun. I think this is a camera, actually. A tiny miniature camera. Yeah, that's what it is. It's a camera. That's cool. How much did I buy it from? What shops even? You know what? I don't... It's the same shop, by the way, that sold me the bag. I just want to make that clear. This is a battery charging module, because why not? Might as well. Another plastic box for organizing stuff, I guess. These are just chips. These are... Hold on, because you can't see it. These are, in fact... Let me open this up, take them out. These are, in fact, free chips. You can see them a bit better now. These are free chips. I don't know what they do. It's free chips. Surface mounted, if I'm not mistaken. At least they look surface mount. Oh, holy shit! I know what they are. These are RP2040s. These are RP2040s. If I move it really close by, then the camera won't focus on it anyway. But if it could, then you'd see that these are, in fact, raspberries on top. I have 3 RP2040s. I'm not gonna do anything with them. That's ridiculous. Chips with salt and batteries. My favorite meal to pass the time. USB, because why not? What's next? This thing, which is a miniature vacuum pump, because why not? What's next? A mystery box with nothing on it. Okay, that's cool. What's inside the mystery box? Bag of air? No, it's a... I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna keep it on the side because it's a black box with practically nothing on the top. So it's the name of like who made it. What else do we have? A mysterious paper bag. That's good. This is... It was packaged this way. They just, like, this is just a plastic bag, except it's wrapped in papers that no one would see was on the inside. Did I buy something illegal? I mean, did I buy something illegal this time? I mean, did I... What is this? This is an empty bag. There's nothing on the... Wait, no. There's something in there. There's something on the side. It's absolutely tiny. I mean, average. It's, I mean... Whatever. Gimme. I wanna see. Does that... Did I buy uranium? No. I don't know what it is. It's small. It's a cylinder. You know what? I feel like this should be left unanswered. I feel like this is for another time. Just a random mystery bag. Oh, would you look at that? A battery case. How convenient. Yeah, okay. What else do we have? A buzzer, because of course, that's nice. An empty bag. That's cool. This one, which is a voltmeter. It's good for measuring voltage, I suppose. What else? What else? This one, which is a movement detector, because why the fuck not? Did I buy uranium? No, without a hint of sarcasm. I don't remember what I did, alright? I was young and stupid back then. Micro SD reader, that explains all the micro SD cards. Hi, Marty. Hi, welcome.
Are you sure that's not your chemistry electrode?
Hi, the Tefta. I genuine, honestly have no idea what's in here. It's a tiny cylinder, tiny metallic cylinder. I will put it to the side because I think I bought it legally. Big red button because of course I would just like to make a point that all of this in front of me, that's from 3 boxes. I have 7 more. It's just that I picked these 3 because the 7 other ones are much larger and mixed with my chemistry stuff. So we're just going through the small bits. How tight the Tefta, by the way. I finally got the setup to do stuff. This is, you can't really see it, but this is a 3D printer. That's why I finally feel confident to do stuff, because in the past, the thing that always stopped me was not having a 3D printer to build all the mechanical parts. And even bigger motor. That's good. What do you think I should do?
How are you gonna drive those motors?
I have options, actually. Quite a lot. I have a whole new other box of... Remember my problems with MOSFETs?
Yeah.
Yeah, then after I had these problems with MOSFETs, I got so annoyed that I bought like a bunch of these... I don't want to say relays, because they're not quite relays, but they work the same as relays.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so basically I have a box with 20 to 30 of them, and... this should solve all my problems with MOSFETs. I mean, to be fair, I have gotten a lot better working with MOSFETs. I just still don't feel comfortable with them completely. So it's nice to have a relay as a backup plan. It's not a relay, I shouldn't call it a relay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
well, I actually had a haptic motor on my little clicker thing. Hey, that's a I think that's a DC to like what 40,000 volts, 100,000 volts right there.
This.
You gonna tase someone?
This,
That
yeah,
black box, yeah.
this is for, actually it's one of the two I own. I don't remember what the other one is. I know that the other one is more powerful than this one. I shouldn't call it powerful because it's not really powerful. It's more voltage. But basically this one, I got this one because I needed to make a spark, an electrical spark at some point. So I just didn't have anything for it.
Oh
Which
heck yeah, that will make a spark for sure.
yes, that's what I bought it for. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it makes a spark. I had a lab power supply, and which I ate through with acid, which didn't. Oh, actually, I love going through my stuff only to see stuff like this, which is a 4x4,
Oh yeah.
4x4, like, you know, pad, with just acid damage in the corner. This corner is, I'm guessing it's acid damage because it's like, it's
Yeah.
it has that kind of spread. At the same time, you can see it's burnt on the side. It's like black on the back, which I'm guessing that's acid damage. I don't have any. So Tefta, what do you think I should do as a to learn something light? That's kind
Well,
of
the 8x8 matrix is really good because you're using binary, that small 8x8 thing that you had.
actually I did already in the past got the 8x8 work. I thought I would step it a bit, not too much, with this. Which is, if I'm not mistaken, 8. Oh wait, were you referring to that actually?
Yeah, yeah, because that's 8x8 matrix right
I'm
there.
an idiot. I'm so sorry. My brain just didn't process. My brain thought you said 4x4, and I have another one that is 4x4.
Oh, you have a smaller one?
Yeah, actually, the
Yeah,
small one isn't.
because that one's enough to have characters, but it has a integrated circuit at the bottom. I wonder what protocol that uses. Can you tell me what the pins are right there? The labels of the pins?
VCC, ground,
le-
DIN, CS, CLK. DIN, CL, CSK.
Okay, so CLS and SCK. So SCK is the clock. One's the clock and one's the data line. Oh, it has pins on the other side.
I would assume that.
might,
On the other side, it is the same thing except it's D out. I would assume that D in, should mean that they're just for merging them together. D in, I would assume, is data input. CS, CLK. CLK is the clock, right? I think.
clock, yeah. Well, that because usually there's only a few protocols. It's like, well, there's serial, so it's just straight up just pins, but then like I2C and then maybe SPI. So usually you can tell by the pin names what the protocol is or the number of wires.
Hold on. Let me just. My keyboard is in the worst possible place on the. Hold on. This is the.
That's doable because you have everything that you need to mess around with that screen.
I know. I have enough in a bit. For today's stream, actually, I'm mainly doing as a test.
DC motors is you could damage the microcontrollers pretty easily depending on how
Oh
you
yeah,
wired up those DC.
yes.
I made the mistake of not. Yeah, like I had this little haptic motor on my little device, and it vibrates, right? And it's really small. It's like a coin cell. The problem is that every time it spun, when you stop sending electricity to it, it still spins, and that was generating electricity, and it didn't like my circuit, and I think I
can relate to that a lot because you don't exactly need to tell me that I can burn the controller with, because I already burned an ESP that exact way by doing it with MOSFETs.
Oh yeah.
Trying to drive a motor. I already burned an ESP and the Raspberry Pi. I burned both, but that's why I got these. I think these should fix it because these are like the non-relays relays I've been mentioning before,
Oh yeah.
which are just like.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, I got like
Yeah.
30 of these because I bought them on AliExpress, I'll be honest, and well, the delivery was a month or two, but the price was non-existent, and so I just got like 20 or 30, and if I'm not mistaken, this is just like made with two MOSFETs and diodes specifically to avoid all problems that MOSFETs have. Because to be fair, MOSFETs aren't really made for turning on electricity flow on off. They're just you can just use them that way, but they're really made more for making circuits that turn electricity on and off. So this should solve my
Yeah.
problems.
So how many pins do you connect to that? 2?
Actually, I mean, there's a lot of pins. Hold on, because I'm a while back. What confuses me about this one is that there are 2 inputs, 2
Oh,
outputs.
power. So I bet you there's power, which is plus and minus, and then you have the data to send to it. So what are the 4 smaller pins? What are their labels?
Ground and pulse with modulation.
Oh, sweet. So you do PWM. Awesome.
And trigger, yeah. This
That
is
would be super easy
that's
too.
actually trigger / pulse with modulation.
cool.
So it doesn't. This is I love this thing. I really do.
Because you can mimic a sine wave with PWM.
Yeah.
For the DC motors, just in case you wanted to. That's super cool. Yeah, you have everything that you need for the motors too. And it looks like the other 2 pins are just power. So it's going to draw power from those 2 pins. You just want to make sure that it's And because of your charging circuit, you will want to have a switch. Do you have any switches?
Physical. Wait, you mean switches as in like
Single pull, double throw, like an on and off switch. Where it has 3 pins and you can toggle it.
That's 2 pins, 3 pins.
Those is because of those charging circuits. You can't charge while you have it turned on, so that will allow you to separate the charging versus the power, just in case you want to do anything battery powered. Oh, but you might not need to charge if you use.
I mean, eventually,
That's
I
awesome.
would like to go with obviously everything. So far, I am on the learning part. So I think the 8x8 would be. I actually bought it specifically to learn. This is one of the things I bought, which I bought specifically.
That's really good.
I also I got like a tiny digital screen, which was meant to be right after. Is it this one? No, that's in the SD card reader. Which I bought like a bunch of components, which I were going to do in order, step by step, just for the sake of actually learning how to do it.
Oh,
and so yeah, this is the one. The pickle I have is figure out which microcontroller to use. Because I don't trust these 2.
Yeah, which ones do you got?
Well, I've obviously got a lot of Raspberry Pi just waiting around. Also, I have an unopened ESP32 right here. So this is, oh never mind, it is opened, but I'm pretty certain it's unused. So this would be a pretty safe bet. I would need to solder the pins, which, well, has been my weakness in the past.
Yeah.
I am terrified. I have PTSD from burning the microcontroller once, and I am just terrified of it ever since. We could try to solder it right now, actually, as a new, because I haven't done.
What soldering iron do you have? Do you still have
I have the same one, yes. Well, I have the one with the base. Yes.
Oh, good.
I can go get this in the next room. I don't have enough actually outlets to plug it in, but that's it. I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. Give me a second. I'll be right back. And when I say, by the way, that. By the way, when I say that I will be right back, I do mean I'll be right back. It is literally in the next room. So, now the only thing is to plug it in. Alright, so on the other side.
I found the, in case you're using MicroPython, I found the library for that integrated circuit, for that matrix.
Oh, how convenient. How convenient, lovely. I've already made a mess. It's fine. Okay, so right here, soldering iron. I can see no problems with moving it just onto the opposite side. There we go. What could possibly go wrong?
Oh, it is SPI.
I need to buy more outlets. What are they called? The cable ones.
Like a power strip?
Yeah. I need to buy more. I also need a lab assistant, my goodness. Moving cables across... I'm pretty certain I crashed the camera as well. Yeah, I did. Okay, well. There we go. Please tell me it reaches. Please tell me it reaches. Barely. So barely. Okay, so it reached so barely, in fact, that the the strip is floating. But hey, I never claimed to be a professional. I don't have anything for soldering to. Damn it! I'll be right back again. Well, I never claimed also to be prepared. Ho ho! Yes, 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 yes. It's even better. Okay. Can you see the camera?
Yes.
Because I found the box with the soldering thing, and it has a bunch of stuff which I should use. Actually, I should unpack right away. Make it with the particle accelerator. That eventually. I do plan on it. Like something that's technically a particle accelerator isn't as difficult as it seems. But yeah, obviously I got the soldering stuff, whatever. I don't care for it no more because I have, first of all, I have this in that box, which is, I would argue, quite useful for what I'm gonna do.
Nice.
So yeah,
Those are awesome.
that's quite important. Another thing I have is
That
these.
is the most important tool with a 3D printer.
Another one is these.
Is it solid core? Yes.
yeah, they are. What
Heck
else? Another thing is the ESP, another ESP32. This is basically my Tefta box. This is just,
There you go.
this is just full of things you recommended me to get, which I didn't got. A bunch of capacitors. No one ever used capacitors. Oh, that's the stronger one I mentioned earlier. But that's just in case. Just a whole bunch of batteries. I shouldn't be throwing it on a big pile. I really shouldn't.
Yeah, not when you have to solder, but
Yeah, okay. Well,
it is impressive.
I do a lot of retail therapy in my life, and this is a direct result of that. Should I do it with an ESP or should I do it with Raspberry?
Well,
I think I should at least try to do it more with ESP, simply because I want to be more flexible. As much as I love the Raspberries, I don't want to be completely dependent on doing stuff with Raspberry, because that also doesn't go too well. So I will probably do it with. Is this one bent? I think it is. I can just test it. If it isn't bent, I won't have to solder because this one already has the pins soldered.
So
Both
what
sides.
I do is I put my finger on the big black chip on the top, and then
And
plug
see
it
if
into USB.
see if it heats up.
And if it gets hot really quickly, I just unplug.
Yeah. Okay. That's probably.
Literally, it's temperature test.
I mean, to be
If it's
fair, that is a
burned out,
really
it will
good
heat up really fast.
USB-C. I have that cable. Okay, so the screws also will be important. I have a lot of bearings because I need to get my bearings. Old stuff. The motor. There we go. I'm certain that all of these electronic parts don't mind getting crushed by all the other electronics parts. To be fair, half of them are bent with. Half of them are just normally bent, other ones are thermally bent, other ones are chemically bent, so I don't treat my stuff too well. I am quite violent with it. Alright. Now, USB cable. Okay, so one more second then. And because I do not, in fact, learn my lessons in life, I will need to do it on a laptop because I bought a USB, the thing to make the USB cable longer for the camera, which is currently streaming. I did not buy one for the microcontroller though, so I will need to do it with my laptop. I am exquisite when it comes to being unprepared.
Amazon has these USB Type C, well, Type A to Type C. They're data cables and power, but they're like rated at super high transfer speed, and I think they're 10 feet, and you can get like, I don't know, 4 or 6 of them for pretty inexpensive. But USB cables are notorious for being crappy, especially when they get longer. They can only go so far.
They're also notorious for either being the best thing in existence or the worst cable that works for absolutely nothing. These are the only two types. It's either something that's perfect in every way imaginable, or you're just going to throw it out because it doesn't work for anything you want it to work. Okay, give me a second. I also need to get some. I always do this stuff. Okay, I can just move this and place my laptop here. There, perfect. Cool. This looks like such a 90s hacking video, I do want to say. Simply because the terminal's on. It's not completely burning up. Oh, damn it, you know what the problem was? It's been a really long time since I did anything with ESPs. And like we should really get someone who's experienced with them. Like there are a couple of YouTubers who did like a bunch of tutorials for MicroPython. We should maybe ask someone to join.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I doubt you'll have good luck finding them at this time of day.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty rough. Mickey, can you show the distance measuring thing again? I didn't catch only measure objects, or it can measure inside as well. It can measure insides. It can measure all the stuff. It's a typical one. With the like this, and then on the other side, this as well. It's truly a marvel of engineering. You think about how many different ways to measure they fit into something as simple as this. It's incredible.
Good old veneer calipers.
Python ESP30.
I just call them calipers, but apparently the veneer.
I like the name caliper. It's not heating up, but at the same time, I don't know if I even did it correctly. Okay.
Is it getting a COM port in Thonny?
No, it's not. Oh, hold on, because I also usually my. Oh, it buzzed. Okay. It reacted for the first time, but port sounds like a port. Okay. I just keep my finger on it. I'm just terrified.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I don't want to. Okay, I think it connected.
So yeah, do you see at the very bottom right of the entire Thonny, like right above the time?
Right here, configure interpreter MicroPython ESP32 in the middle, and then pull.
No, don't. When you first click on it, a little window pops up. If you don't see any COM port listed there, a COM port isn't available. Because if one is available, it will show up there. Where it says configure interpreter, and above it should say local Python 3. When you click on it.
Configure interpreter, and above it is MicroPython ESP32.
Oh, awesome.
And then as I click on that, it says device is busy and does not respond.
Yeah, so hit the stop button on Thonny.
Okay.
On it
and now
it
it's
sends like a
I had that problem before, and I think I know which Raspberry Pi it is. The Raspberry Pi, jeez, ESP it is. I've hit the stop restart, but the stop restart button will not work because the device is busy. I remember there was a way to fix it by somehow
so
interrupting
if you
it.
hit the reset,
Hold on.
yeah, if you just hit the reset button
There we go.
on the
I remember the fix.
ESP32,
I remember the fix.
okay,
It was
Control-C.
spamming Control C. Yeah,
Yeah.
that always works.
So this is why at the beginning of my MicroPython code, I flash the LED 3 times and have some pauses, so that way it can be interrupted easily.
Okay, first of all, how can I delete everything? How can I access the code on it so that I can delete it and so that I can add the code that flashes the LED three times?
Go to View and then Files. You need to make sure that you see the Files tab on the left.
Okay, boot, I'm pretty certain.
And then, so that's the only thing that's on the microcontroller.
Hi, the retrotivity, by the way. Hi. Or is it just an electronics reveal? This is just an electronics live stream of setting up the stream for electronics. I will have to prepare better next time to also have some way. I could just set it up so that my laptop will be streaming to my PC and just like capture the video from the PC. If I'm not mistaken, VLC can do it. So I will need to set that some things that you won't have to tell me what to do in such an awkward way.
Yeah. Well, it's funny that is true because it has a real-time streaming protocol built into VLC.
Yeah,
you can use the HDMI out and then just get a HDMI in adapter.
Yeah, I remember my friend did it, and I really should do the same thing for this because I mean I use my laptop for a whole bunch of stuff, and it has a lot of. Basically, it's a perfect SDK for anything that I don't have on my PC, so I should still continue using my laptop. Okay, so first of all, actually I'm gonna Control Z because from machine import pin, I remember absolutely nothing. So from machine import pin, alright, the networking stuff is not important. Which pin was the pin or the LED?
It should say on it. Let me look at mine. S2. It's pin 15.
All right, so
GPIO 15.
15. So it will be
so the code to make
pin 15. Pin out the value 1.
Yeah, value equals 1.
And then value 0.
Time.
Then not.
Yeah. You want to import time. So you can do time.sleep.
In between these. Okay.
And
then, 0.1. Is time.sleep is in seconds, correct?
That's correct. Yeah. If it's in milliseconds, it's time.sleep_ms. Then you can do it in milliseconds.
That upsets me because
you can give it a float. Float in the time.sleep.
It's really annoying because this is actually, as far as I'm aware, it's not a standard between different programming languages, and sometimes it is in seconds, sometimes millisecond. And I remember how many times it just absolutely confused me when let's just wait a second, then I just wait for 15 minutes because I end up 1,000. Or let's just wait for a second and just flash it instantly because it's in milliseconds.
That's funny.
Okay. Now
it's making me cough.
I have that effect on people. No. No, it's actually me. I was getting the power for my laptop. I don't have to remember which side the power cable goes, but. Hi, the lemon. Hi, welcome. Okay, now if I stop restart the backend, it's just going to flash 3 times. Well, isn't that a massive success? I would count that as an absolute win. This is great already. This is already, like, I know my standards are really low, but I count this already as a win in my book, because I mean my failure to success ratio, for me, this is a win in my book. I would rather start with something a bit simpler for now before the 8x8. Okay, no, I don't have anything simple. Alright, I guess I'll just take out the breadboards. Oh, the Raspberry Pi with it. How convenient. My dual loyalty with ESPs and Raspberry Pis. Maybe back of head reveal. If only I did that in video as well. Okay. Oh no! Oh no!
What?
I lost my scissors yesterday because when I was assembling the 3D printer, which by the way was way more difficult than it seemed. Mainly because I screwed in one screw incorrectly, and then the plate couldn't move all the way back. And because the plate couldn't move all the way back, the front screws like weren't available. And so I was just trying to screw in the front screws without moving the plate back, which was the whole thing. And then, as I half screwed them, I realized, oh, the other screw was not screwed properly, but I couldn't move the plate back to unscrew the first to screw in the first screw because the second screw was, and I just basically trapped myself. Where are my scissors? Hold on, one more thing then. I'll be. Oh yeah, this is going to be a very make it way to do it. First, once again, just to try it. I can take off the casing with these scissors, correct? This is not like physically, can I? It's more of a skill, can I?
Could you?
Like, could I?
Sorry, I got distracted. I was reading code.
No, it's fine.
Trying to figure this out.
What kind of code do you read? Oh, the library.
Yeah, I'm reading a couple of libraries. Well, while I'm doing this, I'm actually working on an I2C display myself. But what you're doing is SPI. Looks like.
The difference in complexities is tells you all you need to know about our respective skill levels. Mine has a complete total of 64 pixels.
I actually only have 128 by 64. So.
Still a lot. Actually, I mean, by is a whole lot. Well, I don't know if we're gonna get there because I'm still finding with the shielding case. Make it switch to live chat. Oh, I didn't. You're right. Oh, I did this though. Okay, that's good. So we can. All right. Answers. I can. I'm able to. So that's good. It took a fair bit, but I imagine practice comes perfect. So. All right. So for the pins on the 8x8. I imagine VCC and ground that will be to the damn it, the the pin names are on the underneath the ESP, aren't they? I can just pick up another ESP. So
yeah, so there's pins on the bottom, pins on the top.
All right.
Usually I flip the header pins.
So ground that will be pin. Okay, VBus. So that's next to the. Oh my! Oh no! I just realized this ESP is missing a button. It only has the. It only has the recent one. Doesn't have the other one.
Okay, the boot one. Yeah, you don't need the boot one too much. You can never flash another firmware onto it.
Who needs another firmware that already has MicroPython?
Yeah, you can just short out that pin though.
That's actually true. It is a button at the end of the day. As far as electrical components which like get removed go, a button is pretty tame when it's something you only need to do whilst like setting up stuff. Okay. I've got this. Can I Plug it into. All right, sweet. Oh, this is amazing. This is so much better than the other kinds. Okay, so considering how long it took me to get through one tiny piece of cable, I feel like a wire. I feel like I first should look up the standard. So it is okay. There is no name on it. It's fine though because I can just check. Actually, there is one. Yes. It's 1088 AS. That's the name of the matrix. However, that unfortunately that is just the matrix. It's not with the PCB nor the the thing on the front, which means
I have the
they have the exact one.
website
Really?
right here. Yeah, it's
Oh.
called the Max 7219. It's the Max 7219. I put it in chat.
Okay. There we go then. Hi Diaz. Hi, welcome. Oh, I can just okay. Can I actually? Could I operate Thorny using the terminal? Because if I'm not mistaken, it was mounted
Whoa.
in. Well, that was that was a pretty terrifying well. The tone of voice scared me.
You can access the REPL command line. Yes. Different ways. But no, Thani is the easiest one.
Shucks. Which, hold on, because it did mount it, and there is a. Okay, so it's YACMO. TTY.
Yeah, you can.
I'm just.
You should be able to. The baud rate is 115/200. I've not done this before.
I mean, this is right there, which means technically if I mount it, although to be fair, I don't remember the mount command, so mount. Technically, I'm pretty certain I could mount it, and then I could just edit the files with Vim or something.
Vim, yeah, you could.
No, because I mean,
You shouldn't, but you could.
The thing is, I've actually gotten surprisingly familiar with Vim, especially recently, mainly because of the server.
I like Nano. Nano.
I also love Nano. Nano is amazing.
Nano is my favorite.
Nano is the best,
it's
but
so easy. Like
I know, but I got bullied by the programming community because the programming community hates Nano and they just love Vim.
Yeah.
I mean,
no, they don't. They just want to show off. Like, hey, I had to learn this. It was really
they
hard.
really do.
I still don't remember how to exit Vim, so I just leave it on all my computers all the time.
They really
no
do,
one
and
knows
it's
how to
bloody
exit
awful. Type device.
What happened to the server? We were editing a file in Vim. And, yeah.
Directly device given, for example, the
Been a couple years.
I do have to say, but I've been convinced of them because on the server I don't actually have Nano, the website, and so when I was actually editing the code of the website, I was doing it in Vim. The website that is right now available, I'm making to WTF. I made that in Vim simply because it was easier for me. I also have a GitHub repo. I could have done it in VS Code like a normal person, not even Nano, VS Code. But right, mount. Hold on. Just to make sure I understand correctly, is mount T type device there, but we don't really care about type because it's the default type, which means that if I do make the let's just say ESP, ESP already exists, of course. I already have a file which I already have a folder which is called ESP. Let's go ESP mount. There, I'm so creative now. Mount TTY ACMO. Am I doing that correctly? I keep rechecking because, okay, so mount first the device, then onto the directory. Okay, I was doing that correctly, which means it's mount TTY ACMO to ESP. Mount must be super user, that makes sense actually. Special device does not exist. Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay, never mind. I was about to just completely rage like crazy. No, you are correct. It's not a block device. You know what? I give up then. I give up. We're doing it with Tony. I tried for solid 2 minutes. I think that's a fair try. That's good enough. We're doing it with Tony.
Yeah. Donnie's the best. I used to like oh, I forgot even the name of it now. Never mind. There was another.
I think it says everything. I think it says everything you wanted to say about the competitive software if you can't even remember what it's called. Like, that explains it all.
It's called UPyCraft. That's what it was called. UPyCraft. Or MicroPycraft.
Oh, yeah, I'm an idiot. Can I just... Can't I... so if I import it... I'm not that familiar with MicroPython or actually Python for that matter. How do I import it?
Yeah, you have to do this manually. So go to the code, the SSD... Or sorry, you're looking at this one.
Just copy the code in.
You just want to copy the max 7219. Just hit copy raw file.
On
it, and then just create a new file and paste it and save it as max7219.py.
I absolutely love this. Wait, how do you create a new file? New file. Okay, that makes sense. New file. Paste it in, and let's call it MicroPython device. Yep. File name.
Is that a Linux or Windows computer?
That's Linux. I was about to use Vim. It's Linux.
Well, you can also literally, save this onto the device and open up Bash or the terminal. Because I'll show you how to access. This is the new and improved way for MicroPython to add libraries called MP Remote or MIP. You install it using pip. But the max library, so just I think it's Python tac m pip install MP Remote. MP Remote is all one.
Are you supposed to do pip with pip? I mean pip. Are you supposed to do pip with sudo or not? I never remember.
I don't think you need sudo for Python.
Oh, because I remember there was something with Python that was like it was extremely bad practice to do it with sudo.
Oh.
And I remember I always did it with sudo.
Program. Yeah, so when you run a Python program, you can do the chmod and change its permissions. But in order to run Python scripts, you do want to. There's a proper way and an improper way of doing
that. What kind of laptop are you using? Cheap. That's the all I know about it. This is my laptop, and the main concern I had with it is that I wanted to work with electronics, and I needed something that would be fine with splashing sulfuric acid on. And considering how little you need to actually work with electronics hardware-wise, then I just bought the cheapest one. Also, how would you recommend getting into what you do? Should I buy a Raspberry Pi, Arduino, etc.? Tefta, how would you recommend getting into what you do? Because I don't really do it yet.
Yeah, so a Raspberry Pi Pico is a microcontroller, and so that's embedded stuff. If you want to, they're inexpensive. You can get a lot of them. Like make it's using an ESP32, but it depends on what you want the skills. What's your end goal? So this is like embedded stuff. So you can make temperature sensors. You can make a little gadget that has a little screen on it. But if you want to process or make a web server or do something a little bit more complicated, you might want like a whole operating system. But embedded is like kind of the small level. It's like the smallest computers we have. They have like mini operating systems, like bare bones.
Yeah, embedded is basically the smallest thing that has software. I feel like that's a pretty fair description.
So it's like, and also what's your programming language of choice? Like lower level languages or higher level languages? Because for a lot of people that are new to this stuff, I recommend MicroPython because the syntax of Python is just pretty darn simple. Even a lot of mathematicians use them, and most of artificial intelligence is kind of being ran on Python for some of it. Of course, they're compiling and doing some other stuff.
I think my genuine opinion is that unless you are an actual professional, or alternatively, unless you just find it fun, you should use Python and derivatives for absolutely everything coding related. Because there is no need to use anything else unless you are an actual professional who's doing it for a job, or unless you just like doing stuff in lower or higher abstractions. Because Python has become such a standard that honestly, it's, in my opinion, is really lovely. Where basically, mathematicians mentioned, I have no idea what's going on, I just started listening. It's about Python. Actually, more than mathematicians. I'm pretty certain chemists, physicists, it's all around. Basically, the entire science community is just doing stuff in Python for automation, which is nice. It's good to have a standard for something like that. Okay, so right now, if I'm not mistaken, it would be just import. Hold on, I called it max. So import max, right? I believe so, and then the way you use it is single 8x8 LED matrix. So from machine import pin and SPI is also what you need. Alrighty then. Pin and SPI. Then SPI. Actually, first let the pin do its thing, or the LED do its thing. Just in case. SPI is equal to SPI1. Display is equal to matrix 8x8 SPI pin X5? Pin X5. Like there's a string X5. I mean, you can see the hold on, let me actually
yeah, I don't know what that X5 is for. That's a weird example. You would just put the pin number is inside of there.
All right, so
yeah, because that's how Raspberry Pis, they do that. They label like the LED pin some text, but you just put the integer number of whatever pin you're using.
I love how you say that. You know the Raspberry Pis, they label their pins with text. Ugh, those Raspberry Pis.
Yeah,
unlike us, the ESP users, we different. Okay, display text. Wait, display text. Oh, so this is like for operating. Yeah. Oh, that's actually. Oh,
you should be able. Yeah, because 8x8 is enough to show.
Honestly, it was
much all the characters you want.
For a second, I kind of wanted to make it myself. Whatever. I guess this would the most efficient way would be probably hardcode or something. Oh no, never mind. You can just pixel. I'm an idiot. Okay.
Yeah. So just use the pixels because you can make your own, and there should be a buffer to play around with too. So there's quite a bit you can do to optimize this. And if you really want to get crazy, you can actually use the C library inside of MicroPython. and just straight up use C.
Oh yeah, and you can. Oh yeah, so the pins are for connecting them because. Oh, hold on, I forgot to turn on the screen. And so the pins are for connecting them because then you just connect the next one, and this one actually supports. You can just tell it how many of these matrices you have, and then you can just display however much text you want. I don't know if anyone does that actually in practice. If anyone, like, if you want to make a big display,
Yeah.
I don't know any other reason for doing it other than just like for fun, for the sake of learning how to do this stuff. Because I mean, if you like to display multiple letters, you would just get a display to display letters.
Well, also, how do you address that? Right? So it has to have a unique address. So sometimes they have like jumper pins on the back. I'm not too familiar with SPI. I use it for a couple of screens, and actually I'm using it now for an SD card, but.
Okay, so VCC ground in this way, if I'm not mistaken. I'm just gonna pop it in. No need to overcomplicate the matter. And then, actually no, I should first check the pins, memorize them. VCC ground in CSC, okay. Max 7219, Max 7219. Pinout, because pinouts usually also have the default setup with them. Actually, wait, why am I... so, clock. How do you link up a clock with a...
A clock is NTP time. You want to connect to the internet. Unless you can just use a date time object. You can import date time.
Oh,
and so datetime.now will tell you whatever the system clock is.
Oh, I mean the clock pin, the pin clock, the clock on the.
Oh yeah, sorry. I was thinking clock.
It's fine. I mean, it's fine. It didn't specify.
Okay.
Oh, you want a clock? Yeah, of course. You know how actually that confused me for a second when I was talking about the pin and as how we make it. Oh, simple. Connect to the internet to get the clock.
I was thinking you were thinking about NTP.
Oh, I know. We're like like an actual clock, like what the actual clock. I should have specified clock pin. That is on me.
No. I shouldn't be multitasking.
I very much should.
So
like you have
you
me.
don't even.
Do I even?
You're not even specifying the clock pin in this code, which is interesting. You're just straight up sending the data signal. It looks like there's a second one though.
There's a CS and CLK, which.
Yeah.
I don't know. CLK is the serial clock input. CS is a chip select input.
Check this out. So if you scroll down to ESP32 examples in that link that I gave you, then it will have those two pins. You'll have the SPI, SCK pin, which is for an example, and MOSI pin too.
Okay, so...
And then the SS, I don't remember what that is.
Alright, so I just used the wrong code. So SPI is equal to SPI 1 baud rate.
1 million?
10 million, I think.
It's so hard to read sequential.
It really is awful because it's just circles. You can't figure out where you've actually finished off counting.
I should just do 10 times and then the number.
Or powers. Doesn't MicroPython support powers?
Yeah, just two asterisks.
Yeah, exactly. 10 to the 7th. That's much clearer. Orders of magnitude clearer. Okay, so...
funny. Orders of magnitude.
Yeah.
7 orders of magnitude.
I'm glad it was appreciated. I will probably have to.
Stream I've been a part of.
That's every stream. That's the not only the target demographic. That's the supplier and the demand. Ned is what do we do? Max dot matrix 8x8 SPI SS4. Okay, so display, I call it, okay. And then after the setup is done, I can do some display, for example, just to test it, text, and then, wait, did I do it correctly? Okay, no, display 1, because we only have 1, and then display text will be just the character 2. And then it's going to be 0, 0, 1, which no idea what the others mean. I should probably check in the documentation what this means. Welcome back, Ta, welcome back. Wait, is there no documentation for what the function does? Oh, that is upsetting.
What the function does?
Why is there always stuff like this? The documentation always either gives you like a default setup or what each function does, but never both. Matrix 8x8. Okay, so it takes self, SPI, CS, and number. Number is number. Okay, that makes sense.
So what I usually use in the command line after you import Max, literally just type in dir open and close bracket and then put the variable that you have, which is, let me look it up, SP2, which is display. So literally type in dir display after you've done in the REPL environment, and it'll show you what variables are inside of it that you have access to. It's kind of like a REPL way of poking around of the libraries that you have in MicroPython.
Wait, did it display where? Hold on, because I don't think I did it in the right place.
Well, you have to run the import max from machine SPI equals SS equals.
Oh, I need to do all of them. Okay.
Connect even. Yeah. Once you get all of them, then you can kind of poke around.
No, I'm just gonna trust the text one. Although the text, shouldn't the text be part of the library? It was so confusing because the file doesn't have any just text. Display.text. Okay, the display is what this returns.
There is a built-in font sometimes. I can't remember if that's the case anymore. Most libraries import a separate font, like it's literally just binary values mapping out the font. And there's even a converter where you can take a font.
Yeah. So I have this now. The pins they recommend here are the 4, 2, and 5, which I don't know if it will work for me. So let's check. Okay, 4, 2, and 5. 4, 2, and they are not on. Okay, how about 3, 5, and 7 would be much nicer. But then for that I need to check out the pinout to see if it has everything I need. I still find it hilarious that if I look up ESP32 pinout. Oh no, never mind. There are new pinouts. Hold on, because I'm looking up the wrong ESP. I'm an idiot. Mini. S2 mini. Okay, I'm I keep looking up the wrong thing. There we go. Okay, so pinout. 3, 5. What's these 3, 1, 2? Okay, so they all have. It really is. For those who do not know, this graphic was made by Tefta, and if you look up ESP32 S2 Mini, which is just the name of this, and then pinout, then this is one of the first images that pops up. Hi, the Catman. Hi, how you doing? Stream is going so far. We haven't hit our typical scheduled random error that takes 7 hours to solve just to realize that I've plugged in the cable in the wrong pin. 3, 5, 7, they all have the same thing as well as 2. Okay, so 3, 5, 7 should work. Fingers crossed that it does, but should. So I'm just going to do 3, 5, and 7. Wait, am I doing the right side? 3, 5, 7 is the outer, which we have it soldered onto the outer. Correct. 357. So can we have a different ESPs? I don't have to take this one out every second. And no, it's not burning up, which means it's not burnt. How convenient.
That awesome.
Okay, and then the pins. Which pins are which? So SCK, does it have like a meaning? SS, SCK, MOSI. I'm assuming it does have some kind of meaning.
A master out, slave in is MOSI.
Okay.
And MISO is master in, slave out. What the clock? Yeah, it's just clock.
Wait, SCK is
usually.
SCK is the that's confusing. Why not CLK?
Yeah. Well, CLK is clock too, but it depends. Like people have different. Yeah, and I don't have everything memorized for SPI. There's a table I actually have in one of my videos where I connect to an SPI screen because there's multiple listings for the different pins associated with SPI. SPI pin name. Pretty sure. Yeah.
Okay, so the way it goes like this, voltage ground, then CLK clock, that's the SCK, alright. Then I want to say you are doing God's work, honestly, because with making graphics, because no one appreciates that enough. That you can just, when you have a problem with some kind of a standard, you can just look up an image of how that standard is supposed to be wired. And that is just such a massive save of time. I mean,
yeah.
It
is fun too.
Do I need to connect the CS? Because it is only one chip. And right here, it is say that if you have a CS pin, you're OLED, then please connect the CS. Oh, if you have a CS, then you please connect it. That actually would check out. Ah, fudge.
Yeah, so you just have to connect it to a pin. You're just going to say, hey, I'm selecting you to be the one that's... You can also, if you only have one, you can just bridge the plus voltage to CS sometimes. Or I don't know if it should be high or low.
That's precisely what I'm asking. Like, if it's a high, then it could be always a 1. If it's low, then it could be always 0.
I'm pretty sure it's 1. You have to give it a 1 for it to turn on.
This will be.
You can literally just bridge that pin with 3 volts.
I do have to say, this will be the most engineering kind of moment when, you know, oh, I just don't want to set up an extra pin for the chip selection, so instead I'm just going to try to reverse engineer how it works.
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember when you said you just tap on the BIOS with a wire?
Yeah, exactly. This is the equivalent. That's the equivalent of the button ripping off, and you just shorting it. Which, I mean, perfectly fine save. Okay, so only pins on the left I think will matter, or because I'm pretty certain the output will be just for the next screen. Does it need an output? Do we?
Yeah.
Damn it. Oh wait,
no,
yeah.
You do not need an output.
Okay, good then. Then good. That's
so
great.
That's just the thing is this answered my question. How do you know which one is addressed? What's that CS pin? So imagine that you had 10 of these. You're still gonna have
yeah, it needs to go from
10.
Yeah, it needs to go from one to the other.
You have to select them. Mm-hmm.
All right, now it's time for the wiring. Do carry on. I'm just V-bus.
No, but literally on the breadboard, just get a small wire and bridge the VCC pin with the CS pin.
Yeah, I do plan on doing that actually. That probably.
Okay.
For no other reason, it's simply because it would be a really cool thing to do. I find this is like the coolest part. This is why I love low-level programming, actually. It's because you can do these fixes, which are fixes based on how something works, which is something you can't really do in high level. And this is basically like low-level programming of low-level programming of low-level programming is just hardware. So I mean, it's lovely. VBus is just voltage, correct?
That's correct. V bus is the voltage that comes from the USB. So that's 5V5 or
So
5 volts,
so
right?
I can
So
use it, right, as a voltage source.
sure, yeah. So it's drawing directly from the USB power.
Okay, first
Mhm.
one. Oh, these cables are outstanding. And I am gonna use white for everything because I have no morals. Actually, I could make this shorter because yeah, I'm not taking advantage of the fact that these are like cables. I can just shorten this way more and then. Not eyeball it because I mean this is just a test anyway. The mechanics projects I have for this because I gotta learn a whole bunch of stuff now, which is mechanical engineering, basic design, electronics, electricity. This is for the electronics part of learning. I do have some other things I want to make, especially for mechanical engineering would be the most interesting one in my opinion, because well that's the precise reason why I have a 3D printer to make stuff like gears and such. If I plan to make like a small I actually don't know what yet. There's something with gears. I do know certainly something with gears in order to learn. It's not as easy as it ever seems, mainly because of the bearings. The bearings are always the most annoying part because you don't want everything to be on the bearings, obviously.
Yeah.
However, walking in bearings into your design is the most annoying thing you can have with a cylinder. Printing moving parts is already awful because you have to account for how they're gonna be moved and how they're gonna be assembled. But then when you add the bearings, it just makes it so much more difficult. But I mean, I get why. Okay, then ground to ground, which is the second one. That's just me complaining about the old man yelling at the cloud. The pin. Actually, I would rather use pins from the same side. I'm an idiot. So ESPS to mini this, which means you want the 30s, the outer 30s. Do we care for ADC or do we just care for? Wait, we care for SPI.
They're all SPI. Every pin on the 32 that is not something else. They're all pulse width modulated pins. So
Oh,
you,
I
you can
see. Okay,
select.
okay. So in
But
that
if you
case,
type in import SPI, there is a way to in rep.
this case. Okay, and so the SPI. Wait, there's the clock SPI pin, and then there's the actual SPI pin. Now the SPI pin, we want to
Yeah.
go
So
to the DIN,
so,
right?
so go into REPL, right, and then hit from machine import SPI. SPI is all caps. I'll put it in the chat. From machine import
SPI, got it. Yeah.
and SPI. Then type in SPI all caps and then open and close bracket 1.
Yeah.
And it will list. It will show you what pins those are. And so
Okay.
those are like the hardware SPI ones. So if you have access to those pins, use those.
Wait, isn't it so? When you list it, it lists you like the SPI for that pin, or because one gave me
No,
stuff like
it's there's like
ID, baud
SPI
rate,
0,
polarity.
SPI 1. Yeah. So SPI 0, I believe, is automatically used for the memory, the flash memory in that.
Yes,
Right?
not available.
So it's not going to list SPI 0.
Okay, so if I want to
SPI
check
1
if
or
a
SPI 2.
so if I want to check if SPI exists, I just do SPI and then the pin number, and that tells me if it's SPI or not.
It's no, it's not pin number. It's telling you. Can you see an output for SPI
Yes.
1?
Yeah.
What does it say?
ID1, baud rate 500,000, polarity 0, phase 0, bits 8, first bit 0, SCK 7, MOSI 11, MISO 9.
Exactly.
Oh, the last
So,
ones are pins.
Yeah. So it's telling you that the serial peripheral interface that's already set up is going to use these pins. You can kind of like software. You can say I want to use SPI and I want to use pretty much any pin, and MicroPython will allow you. But this is like already set up to use these pins, and it will be pretty easy and pretty fast communication.
The only problem is that with these setups...
That's my limited understanding.
Oh, well, the only problem is that with these setups, they are on the inside pins as well as the outer pins, and the inside pins I don't have them soldered.
Okay.
So I would rather only use the outer pins. So 30. So I would rather use 30. Well, hold on, I can just check it on the. There we go. 16, 18, 33. Or 33, 35, 37, something like that.
Sure. And so you can then just, do what the example says and hit SPI equals. But instead of typing in SPI1, I would try SPI2.
Okay, SPI2.
So and that might not work. Maybe SPI1 will work, but it could cause issues. I'm trying to draw from memory here because part of this is how MicroPython works and part of it's just SPI.
Draw from memory to do SPI. Boy, isn't that ironic? 33.
I still think it's funny that, like, what is it? Single wire interface. It's like, how many pins do you need? How many wires? You need 4 wires. Why'd you call it single wire? Like, that doesn't make any sense.
That's pretty funny.
4 single wires. Yeah, like, I'm
going
to invent a protocol with 28 wires. 28 single wires. Just because I can. Use the turf to protocol.
the 7 wire protocol with 28 wires.
Yeah, with 28 wires, exactly. I'm just following what everyone else does.
Right here, this should be the clock, which means this is going into the last pin, the closest one, right here. This one. There we go. That's the clock. Then I'm not gonna regret making it all white, so I can tell you that much. That's just a good idea. Why would I ever regret making every single wire white? What's the worst that could happen?
To make it harder for the viewers to know what you're doing.
Exactly, it's a secret. CS. I already forgot. Oh wait, CS was the chip, so we don't care for that. Then wait, wouldn't that mean that there's only one last wire to add? No wait, 2 wires: the ground and the information. Because of voltage, ground, information, clock. So 4. Okay, that checks out. Yeah. We're just gonna either short or you are being Y assist. I'm being a sociopath right now because every single time I do a live stream, a practical live stream, someone always shows up and tells me that I'm just awful for using the same color wires. And the only reason why I use the same color wires is precisely because I really want everyone to yell at me about how I'm awful for using same colored wires. I get it. It makes my life more difficult too, but hey, it's funny for me. Okay, this, and this, and come on, get off. Come on. Come on. No, only 2 more. Go. And there we go. Okay, cool. So now this was the then the next one is the this one that's into din, which is one above chip select, which means right here. I do have to say the advice that I should get these kind of wires. That's phenomenal. That's just genius. They're amazing.
Yeah, because it's so hard to do stuff if you're going to use the other type.
Yeah, because like yeah, the
Prohibitive.
fixed length. It's right here. And then the last one, which is the ground pin, and then fingers crossed it will work, because if it won't, then chip select has to be, hopefully chip select has to be high, and if it won't work after that, then oh no, wait, shouldn't I do it instead of as a program in the shell? I'm an idiot. I should totally do it in the shell, because then I can just do it live and see if it works.
Yeah. And what I usually do is in the boot, I'll just import all the stuff that I need. And so I would just put what it has in the example and then mess around in the REPL environment, REPL command line.
SPI is equal to SPI
Evaluate.
two baud rates equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Polarity is equal to 1. Phase is equal to 0. SCK is equal to, I think, oh, my camera is just dying. That's, uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Static electricity.
It shouldn't, because it's just completely, uh-oh. The USB device you connected to this computer has malfunctioned and Windows doesn't recognize it. That's never a good sign. How about now? Does the Windows recognize it now? It could be either the webcam or it could be alternatively the USB cable. Malfunctioned pretty severely, I would say. There we go, no problems. I'm just gonna ignore that, and I'm certain it was just a one-off thing. It's never gonna happen again. All right, SPA2, then SCK is pin number 33, if I'm not mistaken. The clock is 33 indeed. Then MOSI. MOSI is, wait, what's is MOSI the chip select?
Master out, slave in.
So chip select?
No, that's CS. So MOSI is master out, slave in. So it's the data wire.
Oh, MOSI is the data
Because
wire. Then
yeah.
what's the
'cause
SS?
Well, kind of.
Oh,
right?
SS is the.
Master out,
Oh
slave
my
in.
goodness, SS is the chip select. I'm an idiot.
Yeah, because that's no, you're not an idiot. So SPI, there's like 5 different names for every pin, and that's what's confusing. So like, people, oh, I'm gonna use the SS or whatever. It doesn't matter, and that's what's so confusing. I had to make like a diagram. That's the hardest part about wiring this up. Getting it to work the first time.
This and then 1, because there is only 1. New matrix 8x8 isn't defined. Is it because I didn't import X? Okay, is it because I imported the file that doesn't even exist? Is the shell on my machine, or is the shell executing on this machine?
it executes on the ESP32 as long as the interpreter on the bottom right. So it's really important that you look on the bottom right and it says MicroPython ESP32 USB JTAG serial debug at a certain COM. But Linux has weird COM names.
Okay.
They're not COMs. They're different. Yeah. Because that's telling you where the interpreter is. The interpreter is inside of the. You're using the JTAG.
Okay, so oh wait, hold on, no, I'm an idiot again. Damn it, delete this. Screwing up. Save. Not like that. Don't say it like that. Save MicroPython device. maxtest.py. Okay, so capital this. Whoops. There we go. And then if I try this again. Oh, because I did it incorrectly. Okay, there. I've created the display. Now if I do, fingers crossed, display dot text 2001. Didn't work. However, there could be a perfectly reasonable explanation to it. The explanation being that we need to give a hi to the device.
Yeah, you will have to. Otherwise, it won't know that you're trying to talk to it.
I guess it makes sense that you need to give it a hi that would know that you're talking to it. Because otherwise, if you had a matrix of like 8 of them, for example, then all of them would need to get the hi, except the one that you're actually talking to would get low, which that's what scale makes sense. My camera's dying like crazy. Why? Reheating. We hope it's the USB cable. The stream is just glitching like crazy. Okay, well, that's always a good sign.
Is.
That doesn't even help. There we go. Just need a quick turn on and off kind of situation. Now we're all fixed. Okay, so now if I did everything correctly, awesome, which is a pretty big if, I would say, then I should be able to just connect this wire. I should be able to just connect the high, which is the VCC, to the CS, and should be all fine, solid, no problems whatsoever. So about there being no problems whatsoever, couldn't help but notice it's not displaying anything. That is the DN, okay, so it is the input, not plugging into the output. Well, that's great. I think we've reached the random error that's just silly obvious in retrospect, but is actually going to absolutely screwing up right now. Okay. So SPI is equal to SPI2.
So, yeah. Try SPI1 instead of SPI2.
Okay. SPA1 and this doesn't do anything. Is there a way to check? Would there be some kind of way to check if the SPI is working properly? Set up.
There's no data coming from the screen to the computer, so no. Right. So that's the nice thing about I2C is it's technically a single wire protocol, but you don't have really a way of getting feedback from the device. It's not sending data back out. You don't have a pin for that. If it was an I2C board, you wouldn't have that issue. Then you could scan and it has basic communication that it speaks back. You can even scan for I2C devices. I don't think you can scan.
Ground is going to. First, which is the 33. 33 is going to the lowest one. Between them, would suggest it is a 3 in fact. And after that, which 33 and 35. Now 33 is going to the bottommost one, which is CLK clock, and then 35 is going to the one of that, which is fucked.
Yeah, so that's where you need the MISO pin. So the MOSI is master out, slave in, and MISO is master in, slave out. So in order to actually hear from the device and to debug it in that way, you'd need a MISO pin and have it connect back to the.
I mean, I don't even know if the SPA works, which means that what I'm guessing will happen if I set up MISO is that MISO will get absolutely no output. I mean, I can try it.
Do you have that pin? Do you have that pin on the screen? The 8x8 does it even have MISO?
The 8x8. I mean, it has D out, so
D out,
which is the output info.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm guessing that. But I mean, D out is going for the next
screen. Yeah. So it doesn't have a wire to come back. Yeah. So you can't scan for it. And so that's why mostly when I get things that I want to connect to, I use I2C just because there's less pins. But for SPI, it took me a long time to get my first SPI device up and running. And I still have that video up. It's how to connect to a screen. But I literally, it took forever. Took forever. Yeah, it's this one. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm plugging myself. This video, if I have a diagram, where is it? Yeah, like at 2 minutes and 48 seconds, where it's like took me forever to figure out what all those pins mean.
To S2 MicroPython and getting an
248.
248.
display
Right here. Okay, so that's a lot of pins actually.
Yeah, so you know you have the ground and SCK and SDA. That's what was on the actual screen that I'm connecting to. But yeah, the CS pin, that was what I didn't do. So I just literally bridged the CS pin with VCC. So that way it's always turned on. And the reset pin is 9 and 3. I can't remember even what 3 is. But literally the only 2 pins that you really need is SCK and SDA along with power. And you should be connected.
Hold on,
so
let me
I
check
use
actually.
those pins, and this is the exact setup, and I'm only using the outermost pins. So this might
Hold
help
on,
you.
hold on, give me a second then. I should just get some.
I'm gonna get some coffee, so I'll be back. I'll mute my headphones in Discord so make it.
So I did not bring those. Oh no, this has deafened. What happened? Oh. But yeah, so I didn't bring one of those big boxes before on account of them being, well, big. However, them I do have diodes, which I mean, I'm gonna check this. Yeah, that's a bad sign usually, you see. Usually it's pretty gosh dang bad sign, I would say. Damn it. Fuck with me. Oh, well, you see, that's a pretty big pickle then. Because right now.
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah, I think I figured out what the problem is.
What's that?
This diode is off. I just got it from one of the big boxes of electronics. It's off, and it's between VCC and ground.
Is one of the LEDs actually lighting up on that matrix?
No, no.
It was.
Was it?
Yeah. Yeah, there was like one dot on it.
Wait, let me just restart the thing.
Oh, it must have been the light from the LED bending.
Yeah. But basically, this is me connecting the LED with ground, the VCC with ground. It's nothing. It's supposed to be pink.
Oh.
Yeah, so I think that's a pretty bad sign. Are the pins soldered on incorrectly? Because that's certainly.
Do you have a multimeter?
I don't know where. That's.
Okay.
That is certainly a tool I should have checked before the stream. I can go and look for it, but
I have to get some coffee.
That's fair. I might end the stream soon. Actually, might end the stream soon. I still have a video to make. Well, not make, but get as far as I can today. This was meant to be a short stream just to set everything up, see if it works. Which. On the other side, however, we do have power. So.
Yeah, so that's the side that has power.
So I'm assuming if I just switch the VCC to the other side, maybe the ground to the other side, it should be working. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, those pins.
I mean, it makes certainly sense. Usually things do not tend to turn on when they have no power.
Yeah. So yeah, you don't have ground connected. That's the whole thing. You had ground probably connected to 21 or 13 or.
Wait.
13 or 12.
What? Because if I plug in the diode on this side between the ground and voltage, it doesn't light up.
Well, there isn't ground on that side.
There isn't ground on that side?
No, there's 3v3 on that side, but there's no ground. The grounds are all on.
I have been working on the wrong side.
Yeah. So you just had the pinouts wrong.
I was.
That's why that
flipping
diagram might help.
I am.
You might actually have it correctly.
I'm a single-celled organism. How did I mess it up so badly? I was the entire time sitting up the wrong side.
Yeah. I've done that so many times. Literally tons of times.
This is the most. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I can just.
I have to
flip this.
Yeah, that's why if you look at my diagram, I have the breadboard there, so you can see what pins it is. I think maybe.
I kept rechecking it on the. Okay, so now that it's flipped, it's gonna be this side. Okay, so now it's going to be. Top one is going to be the voltage. Top one was right there.
Yeah, because ground is you can connect to 3v3 on that
I
side.
feel like such a massive idiot because what I was doing is I was flipping it, right, to see to look at the pinout. So this is
Yeah.
how it's normally. I was flipping it to look at the pinout, and I
Yeah.
completely forgot my. You know how remember the conversation we had about just spatial reasoning and turning
Yeah.
glove inside out. Yeah, I am not making a good case for myself right now, am I?
That's funny.
No,
It's hard.
no. You know what? No, in theory, in my head, I can think about the geometry really well. Is it that when there's actual geometry in front of me, that's when I struggle.
Yeah.
I can imagine the rotating object, but apparently I can't comprehend one. Right, second is ground. Which means... Oh, flash bit.
But yeah, those pins are probably different. Is what pins do you have access to there?
Oh no, these are the 30 ones. These are the ones for which I set up everything, actually. I was just walking with the wrong side.
Okay, okay. Yeah. There's so many times that I've done that, or the outside inside pins. So I literally I print off the pinouts and like rotate them just to make sure. Because when I'm designing a custom PCB and you flip it the wrong way, I have done that so many times too. Like, oh, it took me 2 weeks to get it in from China, and then I'm like, crap, I flipped it.
Okay, the camera also keeps dying. There we go.
I'm gonna grab my coffee. I'll be right back.
Yep. That's fine. Should be... no, let me recheck, make sure I'm doing it properly this time. This one should be 33. And 33 is going to where? 33 is going to the block, which means the... And then this one, which is the last one, and that's the 37. Okay. Can't tell if it's working or not. Okay, what other commands are there besides displaying text? Oh, display.show. Nope, didn't work. Okay, is there voltage between these? Okay, there is voltage between ground and... There's voltage between ground and voltage on this, which is good. Plug it in. Plugged in correct. If only it worked.
Oh, I'm back.
Okay, so display fill 1, display show, nothing. The top one is the voltage, correct? Top one is the voltage. The one underneath is ground. They are plugged in correctly. Voltage also is going to the... Okay. I don't. Okay, now what could be wrong this time? There is voltage between the voltage pin and the ground pin
So what?
on the matrix.
Good. And so, what is the MOSI pin? What pin is that on the ESP32?
The MOSI, so the that's should be 37 if I remember correctly. Let me double check. That is 35, which is 37, 35. That's 35. It is plugged in correctly.
And the clock is what pin?
Clock is 33.
Okay. And which SPI are you using? SPI 1 or SPI 2?
SPI 1.
Okay, try SPI 2. Did you do
What's-
it already?
No, I didn't. What's the difference between
S-
SPI 1 and SPI 2 actually?
You can have different ones. You can have multiple ones.
Okay, then display is equal to X matrix 8x8 SPI SS1. Oh yeah, SS isn't defined because SS is nothing. It's pin 30, or actually pin 7 because whatever, we don't have that. Then display text 21001 display show.
Yeah, I would put that in the boot though, so that way you don't have to type all this up. It should be in the file because it's a lot to get wrong, and just run it and then make a print statement.
You know what? That's
So that way
actually
you know.
that's actually a fair point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because they're so easy to mess up one thing there, and you really need to make sure the from max import is done properly. Because connecting to SPI is fine, but now you have to make sure that you're sending the right information.
Okay, so I have it all here now. Display plex and then display show this. No.
And if you're doing the text should be
What could be going wrong? Starts the VCC found in.
Well, you should be only trying to light up one pixel instead of using text, because text
Oh yeah,
can mess
that
up.
I suppose fair point.
So,
Display pixel.
yeah.
Well,
just
I'm also doing the fill, which I'm completely guessing is supposed to fill the entire screen. That's a complete guess. I have no idea.
You should, because if you don't, it'll error out. So that's where you want to have your like print statement after those items. Like that's what at the very end I had print done or something, just so you know
Oh,
that it ran. through the things
actually,
on there,
fair point.
right? So that's what I would do.
That's what I'm going to do. Pixel and then at the very end show. I completely forgot that there is no errors there. So okay. Oh, it didn't do a single print.
Yeah.
That's usually a bad sign. Uh-oh, did I set up the print incorrectly?
Well, now I saw the LED blink. That's good.
I mean, yeah, the LED always blinks. Oh yeah, I think I'm not using print correctly actually. Wait, how do you print in Python? The MicroPython? Am I how what?
Yeah, so print open bracket and then quotation, text, close quotation, close bracket.
Why isn't this printing then? Or am I? Wait, where is it supposed to print?
It should print below on the bottom screen underneath your code,
It absolutely
where you
does not.
see the three less than or greater than symbols.
Yeah, I know, but
Well,
it's not printing there. That's what I'm asking.
and you're running by hitting F5, right? Like to run the code, and you have to save the code onto the
F5.
MicroPython
Okay, I
first.
see. I wasn't pressing F5 indeed. Okay, so that's the issue. So yeah, it did print all of them.
Okay. And it supposedly was supposed to send a pixel out or drop or fill everything because you have to make sure
It
that
was
you're in.
either fill or
Let's
pixel. It did nothing.
yeah. So do what they have on the screen except for the text where it says display fill 0, display show, H line.
Oh, I
Yeah.
copied those
Just
exactly. Yeah.
oh you copied those.
I mean, I can copy all of them.
Well, just copy a lot of them and except for the text. You don't want the text. Because the first one is filling all zeros, right? So it's not going to
Yeah,
display anything.
that's why I did fill one to just fill everything as a one to just flash it. So I don't think the problem is the. I don't think code is the problem. I'm guessing it's I wired it incorrectly because I mean that would be very
So
on brand.
that bridge, and what are the pins from left to right on the?
VCC ground data in CS and then clock. Chip selection clock. Maybe chip selection has to be low? No, that wouldn't make sense.
I'll ask AI.
Or maybe I'll just give chip selection its own pin. You know what? It ended. Pin 37, congrats. I deem the now the chip selection.
Oh, so it must be low. CS must be low for the SPI device to activate and communicate. CS high, VCC disables the device, making it ignore SPI connection.
Huh.
I did not know that. So it has to be low or go to ground. I'm
Wait,
sorry.
doesn't it? But then doesn't it still have to be connected because I kind of unplugged it and it still doesn't work. All right. Well, because I'm just trying to connect it.
Well, it has to be shorted to ground, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So
That's what I'm asking.
pull down.
So
Yeah.
why did I make these so short? Okay, I'm just gonna redo it completely just to make sure that everything is proper. Okay, first this, which is the power, going into the ground. This, which is going. I mean, they're so short. Why didn't I just make them longer? Could have. We have power, we have ground. Then we will have also one, which is clock. Check. Clock is 33, that is correct. And the bottom one, is it clock? Mm-hmm. The bottom one is clock. Then this one, just next one, that's 35 for the most. Okay, so that will be the data. No, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm doing well. I'm doing fine. I'm doing great. I accidentally restarted the the ESP. That's okay. Okay, and one last. Come on. I think it should be now all wired correctly. No, it's
Oh. And did you connect the SS to ground?
I connected SS to its own pin that's in the code.
Okay.
In the template code, basically, it was the SS, and I just connected the.
I would try that last and then give up.
I
Connect the ground to the SS pin just on the breadboard, and if that doesn't work, then yeah.
Gotta know when to quit when you're behind. Okay. There we go. Then CS, which is the second last. Okay. No. Okay. Well.
Well,
well, we tried exactly. You know what? It was about the journey, not the destination, anyway.
lovely SPI connection. So fun.
I do have to say I love working with low voltage, like low wattage things, because you can just move the cables around, you know, with just your hands whilst it's running live. You can just move them around.
Yeah, it's like the difference between making pottery and then blowing glass.
It really is. That's an extremely good analogy. Wow.
We'll just make it. We'll mold this clay over here. Try the same thing with blowing glass. It's like yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to. That's such a spot on analogy. My whole thing is analogies. I can't come up with a better one.
Well, I must have got it from you somehow. By osmosis, I became better at them.
I think that'll be it for this stream. Yeah, I still have a video to work on. Next stream, I will try to get a hang of the 3D printer, actually. And hopefully, I will also try a better setup so that I can actually do something. And maybe something simpler, too. Well, and there we go. That's Irish, isn't it? That's the Irish exit. The trademark Irish exit. My Discord isn't working either. Irish indeed. Alright then, I'm gonna go because I still have to finish the chemistry video before even going with the other ones. And I suppose for now that'll be it. Thank you everyone so much for watching, and have a great day. At the very end,